Hey, film fighters and film fight fans!
Get off camera!
Okay.
This is my show! Bad Earth, get off! Get down! Get down! Get down!
You're not the host, I'm the host. It's FilmFights TV.
FilmFights TV. We set the rules, you make the films, you decide the winner.
What's up, film fighters and film fights fans? Justin here with a brand new FilmFights TV for an old Film Fights. That's right, we're going back in time for FilmFights TV, back to our fortune cookie fight. The rules with this fight were that you had to go find yourself a fortune cookie, open it up, see what it said, and then base your film off of that. We had 3 great heavyweights that I'm going to review and give you my pick, even though you guys have already decided on FilmFights.com. It's just fun, you know, let's catch up. If you had a film, you want to hear me talk about it, you know, I got things to say. I'm going to say them, all right? Cool. Our first heavyweight is called Become a Stormtrooper by Black Pike Productions. Here it is.
You will get the job you want. That's right, become a Stormtrooper today. Fire lasers. Go on search and destroy missions. Ride walkers. Kill bad guys.
Oh dear.
Fly spacecrafts. Work for your dream boss. The dark side needs you.
That was Become a Stormtrooper by Black Pike Productions, based on the fortune, you will get the job you want. I thought this was a really creative use of the fortune. At first, I wasn't really sure how it was based on the fortune, but when I read the description, it all made sense. So here's what I liked. You had a huge variety of scenes here. That's one of the amazing things about Lego stop motion animation, is that you can really do a lot with it. Lego's built a great universe of different sets and places, and so it was amazing just to see how many different shots you had in here. I love the sound design. I loved all the laser sounds and the lightsaber sounds. It was all super cool. It really felt like a good fleshed out commercial. Also, it was funny. Clearly you love Star Wars. Like, you really have some great homages to the series in there, and that's fun to see as well. So here's some stuff you could have worked on. I think the one big thing this is missing is text on screen. I think of like those old vintage commercials where you could have, you know, Become a Stormtrooper. It comes on like an old movie title or something like that, where it's got a great font and like a cool little wipe. You really nailed the video aspect, but with any good commercial, it's going to be having the voiceover that's going to be supplemented by on-screen text, because it really helps drive your message home. So I would have liked to see more stuff like that in the ad. Also, your main voiceover was a little bit muddy. You could have done a better job of recording the voiceover and making it a little more clear. I could understand it. It's a minor thing you could have done better to make this entry even more awesome. Thanks for this mission, Black Pike Pictures. I love Lego stop motion, especially when it's done really well, and you did a great job. So thanks for the submission, and looking forward to your stuff on the site in the future. Our next heavyweight is called Fortune Cookie by the group Fiery Stuff. That was Fortune Cookie by Fiery Stuff, and here's what I liked. First of all, love that you guys went to like a cool, appropriate location and you actually show the reading of the fortune within the film. I thought that wasn't required, but totally cool. I always like when people break out of their living rooms and their homes and go to somewhere different and new and exciting. Also thought your music selection was really cool. I love the track, and everything looks very pretty, and that funky track in the background adds a lot to it. Here's some stuff you guys could have worked on. You were all over the place on what they call the 180-degree rule, where you want to stay on one side side of your actors. So when they're looking at each other, they're both looking the same direction. Really, you want to look at like what side of the shoulder that you're on for each person. So you were shooting on both the right side of the guy's shoulder when the girl's looking at him and the left side of the guy's shoulder when the girl's looking at him. Sometimes he would be kind of looking off to the left on the screen, and so would she when they're supposed to be looking at each other. It's really a kind of a nerdy film thing, but it's a good lesson to learn to make sure you do it right, because people will notice it, and in more complicated scenes it can be really distracting. Also, I think this is a much bigger idea than what you did. You really only showcase one power, and it's a pretty simple one. I think you could have had him get his power in the first 30 seconds, really trim it down a lot, and then go outside into the outside world and show off and test things. Even some simple After Effects tricks like him picking up a car or him pushing a lamppost down, or you could have done a lot more with this idea, and it just felt like it dragged on for 60 seconds. It looked nice, but it didn't have enough content to really be as compelling as it could have, and I think you wasted an opportunity to really go nuts with an idea that involved actual superpowers being demonstrated. I'm sure you were limited what you could shoot in your location, but that's why it'd be great to go in there, start the sequence, then go out to other places and show us a montage of awesome stuff happening. Thanks for this mission, guys. Overall, I thought the film looked great. You did some cool stuff, but just follow some more basic filmmaking rules and give us a little more of a slam dunk of a story next time. You guys are gonna have a great entry. Our third heavyweight is called Dreaming of Fortune by Owl Media.
You got Chinese?
Yeah.
Did you get a fortune cookie?
Yeah.
What's your fortune?
Josh. What was your fortune? Said it would never happen.
That was Dreaming of Fortune by Owl Media. Here's what I liked. You guys are really great on screen. I love the performances here. I thought they were very good for a little simple comedy. Love the music choices, thought it was really funny. Love the montage of firing the guns up in the air and like being totally crazy. That was a really silly interlude, and it felt like it had a good story all the way through that had a beginning, middle, and an end. I also like that you used the actual fortune opening in the film. Thought that was a cool touch for those last two heavyweights. Here's what you could work on. I thought your audio was all over the place. You have some issues with background noise, where your background noise is changing from shot to shot. A great and very simple way of remedying this is just getting room tone, which basically means record 30 seconds or a minute of just complete silence in your location with no one talking, and then lay that under the whole film, and it should help fix that when you jump between cuts and you hear kind of like a little bit of static hiss in one cut, and you cut to another angle and you don't hear it. By having it go all the way through, it'll be a lot less noticeable, and your edits will look and feel a lot better. I also think you guys could have done a lot more with your lighting. It was very basic. It didn't look like you really tried at all. Sometimes you can just take like 5 or 10 minutes to find a couple bright light sources. It could be a lamp, it could be whatever you have around your house. Spend that little bit of time, it'll make your film look a lot better. It also seemed like the last like 5 or 10 seconds were kind of sloppily done. I wish you guys would have really finished on a high note instead of having it feel like it was very rushed at the end, considering how fun it was all the way through. Overall, I like that this one had a really fully fleshed out story and thought you guys were funny. Thanks so much for the entry, and I'm excited to see what you guys do next time. So out of those 3 heavyweights, my favorite has got to be the Stormtrooper one. I just love the amount of effort, the number of shots. Of course, Star Wars stuff is awesome. You really did a killer job on this. Even though you could have done a couple more little touches to make it great, I thought that overall it was my favorite of the batch. Congratulations, Black Pike Pictures. You guys rock. Also want to give a shout out to all of our other entries from the Fortune Cookie fight. In our middleweights, we had Film Freaks 101, Chaycon Films, Few Coins Only Productions, All You Can Stomach, and Posh Pigs. Thanks for submitting Film Fights, guys. You're awesome. And I mean that from my heart. Check out filmfights.com/future fights to see all the upcoming fights. I'd love if you guys made an entry for it. I try to go through and review all the films for all the fights, and I'm working on catching up on all of our Film Fights TVs as well. That's it for Film Fights TV, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and make sure you write down on your calendar August 22nd through 25th in Las Vegas, Nevada, because that is Film Fights Con 2K13, our 10-year anniversary. I'm gonna be there, a bunch of other film fighters are gonna be there. It's gonna be an awesome time, and we'd love to have you there with us. There's also still talk of a Film Fights Europe Con, so if you guys are in Europe, we're trying to figure out where exactly it's gonna be. We don't know. I wanna put together like a big map of where all the film fighters are in Europe. So if you are in Europe, let us know where in Europe you are down in the comment section below, and it'll help us build that big map, because I really want an excuse to get out to Europe, and if Film Fights Con is that excuse, I will take it, sir. And I'll take it gladly, because I like traveling. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching Film Fights TV. Later. Film Fights!